Hey, beautiful family, LosingDrea here. I just want to let you know right off the bat, in case you're here or you're coming on after the fact, because I will be leaving this video up. It's like the easiest way that I actually know how to upload a video while I'm uploading a video, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to be able to edit this way, but I'm going to make it pretty short, so I have an enabled chat. So if you do happen to pop in while I'm making this video, I want to say hi. And thank you for coming, but you won't be able to chat to me here. You can just leave comments as you normally would be able to any of my videos down below. So with that said, just want to kind of give you a quick update of my weight loss. Like the title says, this is week 3, day 21, since I've been back on keto. For anybody who's just coming along and don't know, I started keto on January 8th of 2017, and I kind of flip-flopped here and there. Like I'd go off plan every now and again, have a little cheat meal. And for me, I'm a food addict. I have the tendency to overindulge on treats that I eat, so therefore I try not to eat treats. And the best thing that's worked for me since trying the ketogenic way of eating in January of 2017 has been the ketogenic way of eating. So what I mean by that, if you don't know what the ketogenic way of eating is, I'll try to leave a couple links down below after this whole thing is done with, if I can remember to do so, because it is kind of late here. It's actually already Saturday. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know where the time goes, but it goes. And pretty much I feel really good when I only eat once a day. There's something called OMAD, O-M-A-D, 1 meal a day, and or what you might have heard of, intermittent fasting. And in any case, it's not something that I intentionally meant to do in any way. It just kind of happens naturally, and that's because I'm hardly ever hungry eating this way. So like I get up no matter what time of the day it is. I'm a night person, obviously 3 o'clock in the morning. And so by the time I'll get to bed and then I wake up, first thing in the day, I have me this cup of coffee. Okay. And basically this cup of coffee is, I believe it's a 22-ounce cup. So it's like having 2 cups of coffee, or 2 12-ounce cups of coffee in this 1 cup. And what I add to this is just a splash, or maybe 1 serving, which is 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of heavy whipping cream, which then probably contains about 1 gram of carbohydrate, 1 carb. And that's depending on the brand. Now, I use the Great Value brand this time around, but sometimes I do Land O'Lakes, and Land O'Lakes has no carbs whatsoever. But be leery, some companies will list 0 carbs because they have a half a carb. And I think it is by Federal Food and Drug Administration or whatever that's called, that they don't have to list it if it's under a whole carb. But I count all carbs, because if I had 2 servings, that would be a whole carb. 0, then I'm thinking I can have as many as I want, and it's 0. I don't count calories, at least I haven't been since I restarted this time around. Usually how I get started on my journey is I will just stay away from carbs altogether. I'll just eat either meat and cheese or eggs or anything, you know, protein and fat, or especially high fat. And I eat until I'm satiated. And after that, I just kind of like, you know, till I feel better. And a little bit slowly, I'll start reintroducing foods that have a little bit of carbs in them, like roasted broccoli or some Brussels. Sometimes I'll do a little cabbage, or what they call, I think it's called cabbage crack, or crack slaw, or something like that. I do a lot of the grass-fed ground beef, but the other grass-fed meats, like sometimes I'll eat regular chicken. I don't really do so much as the pasture-raised one. I'd have a hard time finding that stuff where I live. But Walmart does carry a variety of grass-fed meats, cuts of meat, and I have been eating better on my meat choices, even though a little bit more expensive. But it's just my mom and I right now, and so it's a little bit more affordable for just the 2 of us to eat that way. And so we're eating a little time around. You know, I'm trying to do anything that's going to get me to a point where maybe I can get past the original block that I would get to, which is in the 240. And I say the heck with it and just fall off plan. So, any case, this time around, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing great. I have my moments where I'm a little bit hungry, but I was eating chia pudding, which really is, to me, not something everybody would want to eat. It's not bad for you. It tastes really good. And if you blend it, it'll be exactly like any kind of pudding that you get. Put a little bit of the swerve in it, which is something that I just recently got because I saw everybody else had it. So I said, okay, let me go on Amazon and get some swerve. And so I got the granulated swerve, and I'm a product, and I'll tell you why. I haven't been doing my liquid stevia this time around, and I'll show you guys what I mean by the liquid stevia that I have. This is the liquid stevia that I was using in my coffee. Sorry that it's backwards. This is from Walmart. This is a Walmart brand, and you get 160 servings in this, and it's about $2.60 something cents or $2.09, somewhere under $3. And I said this time around when I restarted on the 18th of May, I said, you know what, I'm just leave it alone. Just do plain coffee with cream. And if I could stomach that, then leave it at that. You know, let me try to detox myself, because I had like almost 3 months of just eating nothing but the most carbiest, sugary junk. A lot of the recipes that you can find here on my channel, I was making and I was indulging in and eating. I even did a 5-pound chocolate chip cookie prior to May 18th when I started my journey. And I ended up eating pretty much all of that cookie by myself, because it wasn't just that 5-pound cookie I made. There was extra dough in the batch that I made, like, I don't know, 2 dozen cookies. And so my family had those. Who was going to eat the big cookie? I did. So anyways, yeah. So last week I weighed in, well, let me just tell you first, the first week I actually, when I restarted, I was up to 264.4 pounds. And the lowest weight that I have gotten to on any of my journeys, and my original one where I had lost, I went from over 300 pounds, say 300 because I would never get on a scale. But by the time I finally did get on a scale, because I was doing Spark People, and Spark People said, hey, you know, how much do you weigh? Because we want to give you a little bit of a, you know, idea of what you should and shouldn't be eating and how many calories you should be eating. So I had to weigh myself. And at that particular point, I was a little over 300 pounds, like 301 or 302 pounds. I just said 300. And so initially from October 2nd, 2011, I went from 300 pounds in about 4 months down to with about 240 something pounds. And it did it all healthy. It wasn't through keto, you know, just portion control, watching what I eat. I didn't drink sodas. I didn't even eat red meat, and I wasn't doing whole milk. And I was eating a lot of vegetables, but I was always tired and I was always hungry. And I really, you know, I really didn't know what to do about it. You know what I'm saying? And I was always tired, you know, and here I was, somebody who still at that time, 6 years ago, I worked at night and I needed something to pep me up. So fast forward all these years, like I moved in May 31st, 2012. I moved from my home in Miami, 135 miles to where I live now. And in the process and everything else that was going on in my life, I just kind of like allowed my YouTube channel and my weight loss efforts and everything that I was going for at one particular time to kind of fall at the wayside. And I wasn't really caring about it as much. And I got down at one particular point from a challenge to 222 pounds. And that was the lowest that I got. But I quickly regained that weight. It was kind of like doing one of those fasts that people do, and you lose a lot of weight, but you have to kind of come down off the fast. And when you do so, you always end up gaining at least a lot of, if not most of, or some of that weight back. And that's what I did. And then in, I want to say 2015, I think it was January 2015, my husband had surgery, was vertical sleeve gastrectomy, weight loss surgery, and I decided to go on a liquid fast with him. In other words, anything that he was instructed that he needed to do pre-surgery, I was going to do it with him. So to try to help give him encouragement and motivation and keep him going. And that was the worst thing I could have done for myself, because my body totally started rejecting just food in general. It's just like, you know, don't starve yourself, because your body is not going to be happy. And when your body's not happy with something, it generally lets you know by a show of something. And with me, it was weight gain. It wasn't weight loss. And so for my husband, who was about to get weight loss surgery, it was for me, who wasn't going to get weight loss surgery, it certainly wasn't okay. And I did myself more harm than I did good. And it was very hard for me to get back to that old way of eating that gave me the ability to lose that first 79.8 pounds. I round up and say 80 pounds. What's the two ounce difference? Really, there isn't. But in all fairness, and of course I'm transparent with you guys, I let you know it was 79.8 pounds, or yeah, 79.8 pounds, I think. Anyways, enough of that. I pretty much this time around decided I needed to do something different for me. If you look back at my channel and playlist for my weight loss, I did like Simply Salad Septembers, where I just ate all salads every day in September. I would just add a little something here and there that was protein wise, like a little steak, or I would add chicken, maybe add a little tuna fish in it. And that, you know, hey, that worked too. I was able to lose weight. Anything that you do to lose weight, as long as you're creating a calorie deficit, 9 out of 10 times is going to work for you. You need to take note of, how do you feel? You know, is it sustainable? But how do you feel? How does it make you feel? And so I just found that keto was the thing for me. And I'm really glad that I did a lot of research and I found out a lot about it before I even started it. But because I have this weight loss channel and I use it for a way for me to let people in on how it's working for me as a real person, not some celebrity figure who's being paid to say, hey, this is good or that's good or whatever. That's what I wanted to do. If I could help just one person, I figured, why not? You know, it's all about real things and trying out things and seeing results of you know, your efforts. And that's how I want to keep my channel. No matter what it is I talk about, whether it's a product or something I've been ripped off from or what have you, I want to come on here and be totally honest with you guys. I don't want my channel to be about something that I'm promoting if I haven't honestly tried that product and given my honest opinion on it. And of course, anytime I do, if ever anybody asks me to, I will always let you know right off the bat, before I even start the video, that it is a sponsored video with a sponsored product or a product I didn't purchase. However, if they paid me, I'm not a sellout. So anyway, starting off 264.4. Last week I was 258, so I had a good loss of 6.4 pounds, which is typical the first week. You know, they say water weight. And then this week I'm 255.2, so I had another 2.8 pound loss this week. I want to let you guys know before I go, I do not exercise, okay? I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm lazy. All fairness, I know a lot of people are out there saying, you know, that some handicap or something that's contributing to them not being able to move as much. And I sit here in my chair. I'm on a computer more hours of the day than I care to say, because it's probably more hours than I actually sleep. And I'm a leg shaker. I do shake my knees sometimes. I walk back and forth. I do things outside, not in excess or abundance. I'm not a homesteader like I'd like to be, but you know, I have some kitties outside that I'll feed, and I go out there and I feed them, and I might, you know, walk to the mailbox and back. Or if I go to the grocery store, which I do say is the most exercise that I get, I'll go to the grocery store. I'll do a lot of these shipped services and things where they'll shop for you and you go out and they'll put it in your car, or they shop for you and they'll come and they'll deliver it to you. I kind of think it's cool, and I would love to try the concept just to try it, especially if, like right now, I don't have a car because I lent it to somebody, but I would be giving up my only means of any kind of activity that I get outside of the house, and therefore I just choose not to do that. So without any exercise or any of that, just the normal stuff around the house, a little bit cleaning here and there. I have litter boxes I clean, animals I feed, and every day I sweep and mop my floors because I'm OCD like that. And that's my exercise. So if you don't think you can move around a lot and do something, and you do want to try to lose weight, please, please, please don't believe that you're not going to lose weight if you don't exercise. Exercise is good. It's good for the brain. It can be healthy for you. It might even be heart healthy for you. I'm not sure it wasn't for that Bob, whatever his name is, guy. He had a heart attack and he was all about the exercise. But You know, I eat the foods that I'm told I can have on keto. I try to stay away from the foods that I know I can't have on keto. Grain being the number one thing that I cannot eat. No pasta, no flour, so no pizza. I do eat pizza. I have a video for that. It's for skillet pizza. It has no grain in it whatsoever, and I don't even use either cauliflower or zucchini or chicken as a carrier to make the actual dough or the pie. So for me, it's a lot less than other pizzas like that. And it's just as delicious, and it gives me the taste and the flavor that I'm craving when I'm craving pizza, because I love, love, love pizza. Another thing, I do like onions, but they're a root vegetable. I have to kind of watch that. Tomatoes are good, but they're also a fruit, so they are natural in sugar, so I have to watch that. And yeah, you know, I find alternatives for the things that I love to eat so that I'm not depriving myself of eating them, but I'm not trying to overindulge and overeat anything like I was doing. I am totally stressed out. I have a lot of stuff going on right now. Some things I've discussed with some of you all. You know who you are out there. Hi, guys, my friends, my close friends. I love you. But outside of that, I'm still trying to deal with what I have to deal with, because at the end of the day, I know from here to there, I've got to get through it, and I'll get to it eventually, and it is going to determine the outcome of it. So I'm trying to tell myself that and remind myself of that while I'm going through a lot of this stuff that I'm going through, because I really don't want to cause myself any more stress and anxiety than I already am with just the situations as they are regardless. And yeah, so that's it. Made you go through all that just to find out I lost 2.8 pounds this week, 6.4 pounds last week, and I have a total loss of, oh, I didn't even do that, did I? Well, it's almost 10 pounds down, but it's like 9 pounds, 2 ounces, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9.2. Could have done a little better. I don't know. I've been snacking a little bit late at night. I've been eating nuts, and they're not like nuts. Like almonds are good for you. Macadamias are good for you. You want to eat them not in excess, and you don't want to do it every day, because they do have some carbs in them, but they're counteracted by the fiber if you don't count net carbs. I like to try to count all my carbs and not subtract the fiber, because some people actually, their bodies don't work in that way. So just to be on the safe side, I don't want to go overboard, so I try not to do that. But I've been eating these canned nuts I got at the dollar store. They're like canned mixed nuts, and they say they're like 80% peanut or 80% only, or I forget how it's worded, but there's a lot of peanuts in there, and peanuts are not good for you. They've been processed. They've been put through a heat process, and that kind of kills a lot of the goodness in them that you want to eat. Whenever you eat anything, you want to get all the good nutrients of that food. So yeah. So with that said, guys, I love you all. Thanks for stopping by. If you did so while this was live, like I said, it was the easiest way I could put out a video while I have a video being uploaded. I did a mukbang for you guys where I'm eating a keto-friendly bun. That's right. It's keto-friendly. You can eat it. It's high in calories. I will tell you that right now. It's like 440 calories or 490 calories, and there's 13 carbs in it. But if you do subtract the 6 grams of fiber, it is much less in carbs than anything else you could probably eat. And you know what's in it because you'll make it yourself, and it takes 1 minute in the microwave. And so I also did a recipe video on that. And because I did that recipe video, I had the bun. I figured I'll put it, you know, together for you guys. I'll toast it. I'll put it on camera, and I ate it. So that's coming to you guys. And I still plan on doing the big giant cookie that I keep mentioning, but that's not keto. So I'll put a warning up when I eventually post that. So any of my keto followers who are tempted by seeing even little cookies won't get tempted by seeing that big, ginormous 16-inch cookie. Anyways, guys, I love you so, so very much. Be happy, be healthy, be beautiful. Just be you. Be the boss of your loss if you're on a weight loss journey. And I will, guys, in my next video. Bye, guys. Be blessed. Mwah.